All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning. How are you doing? So, a few updates. First of all, we almost didn't even make it to the stream this morning. Power went out. Streamlabs won't connect to Twitter, and I had to figure out how to get it to work. So hopefully everything's working and it's clear for you guys, and there's no lag. So, good morning, Matthew. Good morning, Anthony. Good morning, Brandon. Guys, yesterday my cash account trade did hit the stop loss. I had set it and forget it and walked away and was handling some other things, and it actually turned all the way around and hit stop loss after getting zero point 0.2 pips away from my take profit. If we look at the journal for my cash account in December, um, you'll see that that was the first losing trade we had. And ultimately, guys, look at that's right where we changed the stop loss. That's right when we tried to switch things up. And it's like the idea behind switching it to a safer stop was thinking that this week was going to, maybe the stop loss needed to be smaller than 10 pips, and ultimately ended up being 12 and a half instead of 10. And so the idea flipped itself on the head. We've got everything with this strategy locked in when it comes to the execution, when it comes to how we're trading, the one trade a day. The one thing we all need to figure out for each other when we trade this way is, or we need to all figure out individually, is how far we're going to take it and how much we're going to risk on it. And so with that being said, the markets are even moving a good amount today. Like they're in like a 15 pip range even. Same thing as yesterday, and it's the day before Christmas. It's actually even a bigger range if you really look up here. Um, we're in like a 17 pip range. You know, everyone can do as they please. I'm going to stick with 10 pips. Um, Basically the reason behind it is we thought we were going to have to lower it, and instead we tried to put a safe stop. It changed for the holidays, and it was larger. And had we just stuck to what we were doing, we wouldn't have fallen back like that. So here's a lesson too, guys. When you're doing something that works, and this candle's trailing up, by the way, we're at 8:30 right now. When you're doing something that works, um, and then you switch something and it stops working, immediately just switch back. Immediately just switch back, because we could go on a course of a period of 2 weeks now where we just continue to mess things up. And so, all I'm doing is just switching things back, dusting it off, and we're gonna stay locked in. So it's gonna sound like we're jumping back and forth, but ultimately, like I said, we got to figure out what works best for us when it comes to that risk management. And for me, it's just 1-to-1 with the 10 pip stop and 10 pip take profit. So I'm jumping back to that. Trading the exact same way, but you guys do as you please. Good morning, Jeff. Um, but yeah, guys, it was a rough day for me psychologically yesterday. Like as you can imagine, when price had missed my take profit, it actually had taken my take profit like right here. This is where it took my take profit, and but the problem was the spread didn't hit it, and then my stop loss, which was all the way up here, it literally turned as if it like we did this on the stream. It's like we weren't worried because it would have had to hit like a 1 to 24. This is essentially what happened right after price barely missed my take profit. And so, you know what? Just to keep my results consistent, just to keep my psychology consistent, um, the same risk every day, the same reward every day. That's been beneficial for me. That's the same kind of concept I applied when I was doing, when I went on that nice win streak a little bit ago this year, that 12-week win streak. I was doing the same take profit, same stop loss. In theory, it sounds like it should mess up, but ultimately it does pretty well over time. And if you look at the historical data for Euro US dollar, the daily range is always like on average at least like 45, and on the slower days it's like maybe 35, and then on the faster days it's like 80 pips. So you know that if you are at the highest volume time of day and you're looking for the best setup of the day, you're gonna get 10 pips, right? So that's kind of why I'm just, you know what, like I know I said we were gonna switch to one thing and then another, and I know it can be confusing, but like I said last week, when you start digging a hole, the best thing to do is stop digging. So that is kind of my ideology. You guys can see we started switching things up right here, and immediately we started losing. So that is, I'm just going to switch back. That's all I'm going to do, and we're not going to let it go any further than it needs to, and we're going to stick with what was working. Good morning, Josh. Merry Christmas Eve, guys. It's good to have you guys in here. Not as many people in today. A lot of people probably aren't trading, but you can see the markets are moving. Like, look at this 1 minute chart. I mean, we just saw a 1 minute candle push almost 6 pips on Euro US dollar at 7:55 a.m. Like, the markets definitely have volume in them for whatever reason. It could be, I don't even know the reason, but if we can peek above this buy side, we got 2 layers of buy side sitting right here. That's why it looks a little darker, and then some buy side up here. If we can peek above that, then take price short back into the range. We're just consolidating. That might be the move for the day. But yeah, I was glad everyone else's trade hit on stream, but and don't get me wrong, my prop account still hit, so I think we were up $589 yesterday. But I mean, stuff like that costs us, right? We should have been up like 1,300. So it is what it was. We should have actually been up like closer to 1,400 yesterday, probably. And the trade pushed all the way, and then I set and forget it, and it came back to bite us. Yeah, we lost that trade. We lost that trade. I was just going over it. We won it on the prop account, lost it on the cash account. I'm gonna show you. It definitely came back to bite us. I had to get some work done. I turned off the charts. I just set and forget it. And hey gamer cat, the trade yesterday lost. So I was just telling everyone on the stream, we're locked in with what we're doing, guys. We're definitely doing the right thing. When it comes to risk management now, that is the only thing we need to dial in. And I was just telling everyone a second ago, if you dig a hole, just stop digging and get out of it. And what that basically means is if you're doing something that works and then you start to tweak something and things stop working, just immediately go back to what was working. The whole idea in switching from a 10 pip stop and take profit to just trading what the market gives us, really the idea I had going into it was that the market was going to give us less. Like maybe we were going to have to do a 5 pip stop and a 5 pip take profit, but yesterday was more. Kind of caught me off guard because that's not the reason I was, trying to do that. And then, the reason I thought it was going to give us less was because of the holidays and stuff. And so ultimately, guys, it came back to bite us, making that tweak to our system. So we're just immediately going back to what works. And as we execute these trades and everything, everyone is going to have to decide how far they want to take it, how much risk they want to put up, and all of that. But I was just happy that we still first hit it on the prop account, so we still made money yesterday. And then I was still happy that everyone else's trade hit. I think I was the only one who missed it and came back for stop loss. So it was rough. Lewis, yours did too? Yours did too? Yeah, it was rough. It was rough. So I'm going back to 10 pips where we've been living for the last few weeks, and we're just gonna stay consistent with what's working, guys. Yeah, we'll make back the profits. I didn't get back in or do anything stupid. You guys can see the account's at 10,565. Which is in line with the loss right here. So I didn't get back in, but the funded account's looking good, guys. We are up over 10.31% at 55,000. So that's pretty cool. Not only did we get 10% to pass, but we got 10% on the funded side now as well. Yeah, I should have. Yeah, you're 100% right. If it hit TP on the prop, I should have even probably closed on the cash at the same time, or at least moved to break even. I was not there psychologically in that trade yesterday. I was stressing when price was turning around, and I just turned the charts off, and then I can't believe it actually went back all the way. It would have been the equivalent of needing like a 1 pip stop loss for like a 25 pip take profit. It was insane. Yeah, it never went back, Lewis, which I was surprised. I really thought it was going to. It never went back. It literally just spiked up right after barely missing. Like even the price touched our take profit. The spread just didn't. So it was a a rough situation. I had to deal with that emotionally the rest of the day yesterday, but I meditated, I read, spent some time in prayer, um, and we were good. So, but I felt in prayer and in meditation, and guys, I'm not doing like any, like when it comes to meditation, it's definitely a biblical practice. It's basically the part of the conversation and prayer where you listen instead of talk. That's how I look at it. Um, and I kind of just heard deep in my spirit, it's like the 10 pips was working. The 10 pips can work in any market conditions with, the data we know about euro. And it's like, why were you switching something that was working? You know what I mean? I tried to reason in my mind, like, oh, it'll work better if I do it this way. But the truth is, it's like, if the thing that's working is working, just keep working it. You know what I mean? So I felt some peace about it yesterday because I was like, I know I can just switch back and we're going to stay locked in and we don't have to let this, spiral, right? So it's those stuff you have to do outside of the charts in order to keep going forward in the right way on the charts. So it's good to see you guys in here. I hope you guys are having a good day. We're going to keep the stream at least to just 2 hours, or even shorter if the trade comes quicker, but we'll get off at like 10:30, and it's like 8:30 right now, 8:39 right now. Um, so yeah, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys, get to spend some time with family or friends or whoever is in your life for this holiday season. And just, be grateful for, God's presence in your life. Um, because he's really I mean, he's changed my life a lot recently. I've really started to press in more towards the end of this year. I talked to you guys on the channel in the beginning of December about how it's really time to press in before January comes, and we're still before January, but everyone tries to press into maybe their relationship with God or New Year's resolutions or doing the right things when January comes around. But God really put it on my heart and to bring it up with the community that we start pressing in ahead of time, because there's a real statistic that 3 weeks into January, everyone drops off of everything they said they were going to do and everything's back to normal, and they make no advances forward in life. And so if we had already been on the right track and already been gaining momentum for 3-4 weeks before the New Year's even happens, that means we already got past the part or the period of time that people usually drop off, and we've got that momentum going into the new year, and then we just absolutely take off in the right direction. And so yeah, and in doing that, a lot of my stuff isn't like necessarily like better habits, because I constantly stay disciplined. I'm constantly, trying to live a healthy life physically, mentally, emotionally. But a lot of it for me was pressing in deeper to God in my spiritual disciplines. And so I've been able to do that a lot in December. And it's just everything's coming together, right? Like, I really believe that we can't get to certain places when there's spiritual, like the spiritual path has to be clear before the path in our life in this material realm is clear, right? And so there's some blockage and some hindrances spiritually to us, and the spiritual practices in pressing closer to God clears that path, right? There might be dark areas of our life where that light is going to bring clarity, the light of God, and it's going to kind of make the way for us to move forward in life. But the truth is if those things if we don't clear that path spiritually first, we might be stuck in the physical realm, not being able to break through to the next level for such a long period of time. Like, I can tell you guys, we've made progress in our trading. This is a good example. We made progress in our trading all of 2024. But in December, pressing in a different way, it's like certain obstacles and certain roadblocks have been completely removed, and it's like things are getting expedited. So I say that to say it's not just that though that's happening, but it's also spiritually in my relationship with God, there can be not roadblocks because there's nothing that can get in the way of God on his side of the relationship, but there's 100% things that can get in the way of our side of the relationship, and those things need to be cleared out of the way. And really what that does is it opens up what Jesus said was the kingdom of heaven in the hearts of men. It opens up heaven inside of you, for you to experience that reality. And as you press in through consistency, it's more about consistency than anything else. As you stay consistent every day, that reality of heaven starts to open up inside of you. And so what I've found over the last month of December is that instead of just trying to make sure, I stay committed to the spiritual disciplines like once or twice a week and I spend hours in it, what I'm doing now is I'm just setting aside 10 minutes here for this, 20 minutes there for, meditation, 20 minutes for praying in the spirit, 10 minutes here for just, speaking scriptures over our trading, over our lives, over our health, over our self-control. And I find that just consistency and sprinkling a little bit of time of these things throughout the day is like, it's making it a way of life. And it's, like I said, opening up a new reality internally, to experience the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, kindness, faithfulness, self-control. And so I don't even know how we got in this conversation. I'm kind of going on a rant right now, but I figure we got time to talk about these things. I read the chat some. Yeah, Michael. If it's not broken, we shouldn't fix it. It's part of, yeah. It's these things happen along the way, right? Because there's a trader that said, and he was a like a veteran trader. He was one of the best of the best, and I think it's in Market Wizards. It might not be in Market Wizards actually. This might just be a quote. But he said, I've seen over the course of my career countless traders make a good strategy or ruin a good strategy by trying to make it great. And that's the last thing we want to do, because we have a good strategy and we don't want to ruin it by trying to make it great. And that's, potentially what we could have started doing yesterday had we not switched back, and recognized our wrong. Let me draw on this buy side liquidity since price did just flip. There is a lot more buy side liquidity sitting above us right now than sell side liquidity below us. So just to keep that in mind, it would be nice to sweep some of this and then come lower, especially since price hasn't really peaked out of the bottom of this range. Yeah, Gamer Cat, we'll make it back. We'll make it back. Yeah, that's funny, Gamer Cat. Their New Year resolutions to learn how to trade and they become our liquidity. We're probably gonna be quite a few of those, but yeah, it's crazy how long it can take to really like learn how to trade, because it's you have to learn how to handle your emotions, and really until you start trading, there's not any other like thing you've done in life, or at least that I know of, for me personally, that kind of tested me like this. So good morning, good morning. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely, Michael. So we're gonna be hanging out, guys. It's the market's definitely moving sideways and consolidating, but it's moving a good amount. Like these are nice swings higher and lower, and it's just get like you can see even all the different spots it gathered liquidity and then turned right there, right here. I mean, this was part of that one as well. These didn't even touch, so that got close. This one just barely touched. You can see right in here. Honestly, these days are good days still to get 10 pips. These are good days to just wait for price to peak above and then give us the setup. That's the thing about trading 1-to-1. I was talking to someone yesterday about it too. When you trade a 1-to-1 risk to reward, you can trade with the trend, you can trade counter trend, and you can trade in consolidating markets. So you can trade in any market condition, and you can trade on high volume days and low volume days. Um, so it's like if you have to know yourself. If you're someone who's going to be trading every day, like us, then 1-to-1's better because 1-to-2s might not happen every day. 1-to-3s might not happen every day. But if you're someone who's swing trading maybe, or you're looking for, one trade a week or whatnot, then those higher risk rewards are more reasonable. But a lot of people try to capture high risk rewards every single trading day. And there's some days where the market's just going to consolidate like this and you might not get that higher risk reward. Let's drop now to our 1 minute. We're starting to sweep buy side, guys. Look at this. I mean, it's the day before Christmas when the markets are going to be closed, and we're just seeing the 1 minute chart taking off. So it's a good sign to see. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I'm just playing around, guys. I want to turn that to the other color. Oops. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hey, sure. I did way back in the day. I used to trade some Bitcoin on Robinhood, but no, I don't trade it anymore. 5% from passing. Should I keep my risk at 2% or up? I would keep it at 2%, especially with these weeks. That's just a personal opinion from a friend to a friend, but you do what you want. I have to say trade at your own risk, but I'm not risking more than 2%. And we're going back to, I don't know if you saw, but we're just staying with 10 pips and 10 pips. We dug a hole yesterday, and we're gonna just stop digging. Jeff, the most wonderful time of the year. I'm assuming that's what you're laughing at. We've got it. You know what, though? In the month of December, since we started streaming again, I'm really just grateful. I want to say this, too, since it's the holidays. So I'm really grateful for you guys and the group that we've got in here. We've got a really solid group, and I'm just really excited to go into 2025 with you guys. It's going to be a good time. It really is. And when I say I love you guys at the end of the streams and the videos, like, I really do mean that. Like, you guys are, a big part of my life. Like, this is, the journey I'm on. You guys are on it, too. And we come together every day and do this. So, like, I really mean that when I say that to you guys. Alright, price is just pushing higher. These are equal highs. So, what we're looking at, essentially, is just one big push up right now. High, high. We'll just keep drawing that on. I do. Yeah, we're gonna have a great 2025. We are. We 100% are. I'm glad to hear that, Jeff. Yeah, it's been crazy. Everyone's been taking off lately. It seems like everyone's been doing pretty good. We've got a few people that are gonna start up some accounts too, in January. I think Josh is. I think there's someone else too. So hopefully we get some more people funded too. Jeff, you end up taking that AJ trade last night? Or was there one? How'd it go? How'd it go? Yeah, GamerCat, it's gonna be a good year. We're ready for it. There's a little bit more buy side up here. We'll see if price wants to tap it before it makes any move lower. But we did switch directions on these candles so far. And gold hit TP. Nice, nice. Hey, Ali Reza. No, we're doing 10 pips and 10 pips. We tried to make an adjustment and we tried to reason ourselves into what would make sense. And then it just immediately didn't work for us. So if what we've been doing had been working so well with 10 pips, we're just sticking with it. Price turned from, like, the idea was that the markets were going to be slower and we wanted to, respect what the markets were doing. The markets were actually faster than a 10 pip move yesterday, and we missed pretty bad. We missed pretty bad. We hit on the prop account, but on the cash account, we went to like 12.3 pips, and we needed 12.5. The price hit it, the spread didn't, and then it turned around all day, and it hit my stop loss. And so I spent some time in reflecting and decided that what was working, and I don't need to try to refine it and make it any better. There's no point. We were just talking about a quote. Someone said, if, a lot of traders ruin a good strategy by trying to make it great. And, I was trying to fine tune it, and it kind of messed things up. Had we just stuck with what we did, we would be up another $700. We still made $589 yesterday, but we cost ourselves $700 by trying to tweak things. So we're just immediately going back to what we were doing. Plus, the markets are giving us that, like, honestly, the Euro US dollar any day of the year, I'm pretty sure will give a 10 pip move. I'm just pretty sure about that from what I've seen. I've looked pretty deep into it, and 10 pips is something we can do and maintain year round, and so that's the goal. That's the goal. We're gonna immediately revert back to what we were doing, as to not, let it get any worse and spiral out of control and try to, then we're gonna lose confidence and, think what we were doing wasn't working when we just need to stick with what was working. So that's the thought process. I'm happy to hear TP got hit, Jeff. Something telling me 2025 is gonna be good. Yeah, Josh, it feels different, right? It feels different this time around. I get that too. Did gold hit TP, Jeff? How'd it go with gold? I don't know if we've had anyone in here try gold yet. Maybe one day we start trading that on a prop account, because I love trading gold. I don't do it too much. This is a potential false break, guys. Yeah, I like that too. There's no point in trying to fix it, so we're gonna stay locked in, guys. It's not there's another quote. I mean, I'm full of quotes. No, I love the trading quotes. I used to go online and I used to read them, because I was like, I need to see how these people that actually made it think. And there's another quote. Oh my gosh, I lost the quote trying to say that. What was it? Oh, he said you have to be willing to make mistakes in trading. Basically meaning there's going to be days where things don't go as planned, or maybe you make a mistake or you try to tweak something and it goes south. He's like, you have to brush that off and understand that trading's not about perfection. It's just constantly about rebalancing back to what was working. So, it's not about, like, he's like, you have to be okay with making mistakes. So we made a mistake yesterday. We're okay with it. We're just not going to let it get any further, and we're going to go right back to getting locked in with where we were at. Gold hit TP too. Nice. Yeah, I bet gold's fun to trade like this, because it's gonna move a lot. You probably have to go a little bit more than 10 pips or something, because gold moves a good amount. But I don't know. Hey, darn. We're using a strategy that consists of 3 different moving pieces. One being time. We're basically trading during the New York kill zone. The second being liquidity. We're looking for higher time frame liquidity to be grabbed, which is our 15 minute. 15 minute is a higher time frame for our scalp or our day trade. And then we're looking for a false break, true break pattern once liquidity's been swept. So you see we swept the buy side liquidity. Now we're just looking for essentially this pattern to happen right here, which is a double break, 2 consecutive breaks in a row, and then we take price lower and we just target 1-to-1. We've been doing pretty well. We went on the prop account, we're on like a 12 trade win streak right now, 12 trading days in a row. The cash account, we suffered our first loss in the last 10 trades we've taken on the cash account. We went 9 for 10. One was kind of break even, but we still made $35. And then this is the funded account. I had won almost every. Yeah, no, I won every trade on the challenge too, I think. Or maybe there was one trade we lost before not doing that. But we're managing $65,720 right now, total capital allocation. So that's pretty cool. That's the most I've managed before. So oh, nice, 36 pips on gold. Yeah, I can imagine you got a good hit on that. The 55 candle. Oh, it's because the high didn't go higher. So you see, basically we're looking for higher candles. This high didn't go higher, so we went to the bottom, the bottom, the bottom, and now we're starting to go higher because these candles aren't going any lower, right? You just kind of go from the bottoms to the tops, um, and you just track the candles like that. Oh, you're good. You're good. Yeah, we're gonna look for sells, a 10 pip stop loss, 10 pip take profit. We're looking for our pattern to form. There's tons of buy side liquidity sitting up here. Hopefully we tap into these two right here. That's these two highs right here. If we sweep those two and even this and then give our pattern, we've got plenty of room to fall. Even right now we've got plenty of room. We've got 13, 14 pips to target the bottom of the range. We're just kind of consolidating today, but we can trade this in a consolidating market. This would be right now our false break. Let me just delete that. We'll draw it on in a minute. This is where we're at. Still waiting for our price to shift from being bullish to bearish. Yes, gamer cat. 10 million paper. I've played around like with paper accounts like that before. It's kind of fun. It's kind of crazy to watch those numbers go like that. Hey Johnny, good to see you in here. I will, yeah. I'll be streaming next week too, and this Thursday and Friday actually as well. So, yeah, Merry Christmas to you too. Yeah, Gustavo, I've got it in my books as maybe I guess I don't. I guess I do have it as a break even. Um, yeah, I made $100 that day and then 35 here. I just put it there as break even because it wasn't the full trade. That trade we honestly jacked things up on. That was another mistake that we made. But you know what? We just moved on and didn't let it affect us. Same thing we're going to do based on yesterday. Which honestly, I'm just talking to myself because everyone else's take profit hit, except mine and Lewis though. Lewis and mine's take profit didn't hit, or at least on the cash account. It did on the funded account. So that kind of, you guys look at this. It kind of makes the results kind of weird because yesterday we were negative 377 on the cash, and then yesterday on our funded account we were up 966. So it's like that's the same exact trade but different results. It's crazy how that works. I don't really have anything set up like that right now, Elarosa, but I'm sure I could find you if you're in the Telegram. I could probably message you on there directly. I'll have to do it later though. So this is potentially our first false break if price collapses below here. Yeah, that's true. If we're just taking things off the top, off profits, it's a lot better to lose profits than it is to lose the original deposit. Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, we'll count it as a win. We'll count it as a win, Gustavo, for sure. That's that false break right there, guys. Market's moving like kind of more than usual. Low there. Okay, price is still tapping lower right now. Honestly though, like if we zoom out, which we don't really ever do, there is a ton of liquidity sitting down here. A ton of it. People are probably trying to get out on this trend line break and it's probably just going to sink to the bottom of this range. But yeah, guys, if you think about it, we've got this dialed in to a super simple process. If we just take 10 pip stop loss and 10 pip take profit every single day of the month, like we've been trading, I guarantee we're going to win more than we lose month after month after month. I can't say we're going to win forever, like, or we're going to win every trade forever. Like, we went on a crazy win streak, but I will say that month to month and probably week to week, we're gonna see profits pretty consistently with the way we're locked in like this. The hard part about a strategy for it to work all the time is thinking about trading it in all market conditions, right? And I really believe that we have something we can trade in all market conditions every day of the year. Now, not too many people can say that. A lot of people's strategies will work for a period of time and then stop working. We've designed this very specifically with that in mind because we don't want something we have to, switch up next month or whatever, like the way we execute a trade and all of that. Um, we'll see if price pulls back a little. It's just candles are just dropping lower and lower right now. So we still haven't seen a true break of any kind yet. Yeah, well, it's this move down is happening without us. It's all right though. We like to see the market moving. We like to see it moving. I know that there's tons of liquidity down here. Tons of it. Because you can look to the left too, and there's even a bunch sitting down here. Like on the higher time frame, that is just a pool of stop losses. Yeah, let's keep tracking these candles though. Make sure we're not having to go for longs. Right there. Yeah, we got to keep that in mind because look, that's a good point. I'm glad you said that. This right here is sell side liquidity. So if we take that before we get our entry, we have to look for the other direction and we're not going to be looking for shorts anymore. If we get our entry before that though, we'll take price through it, right? Because we want that set up before. Yeah, oh, that's a good point. That's why we got to track that 15-minute, but we're still good for the short bias right now until, or looking for shorts. We'll just see if we can't get our setup before sell side gets swept. For real. Okay. Alright, looks like we're gonna have an area for a potential true break. You know, you would have thought price true broke already the way price just formed like that. Or I mean just dropped like that. I still like the shorts. Look at guys. Price breaks below there. That's some trend line liquidity. That's another form of liquidity too. We kind of talked about yesterday. Could the initial low be counted as a true break? No, because this happened. This wasn't. This wasn't. They have to be like consecutive. This is almost like backwards. So that's almost like backwards. We're looking for just like two breaks in a row, like that. We could even get a better entry than way down here because if price comes up, like let's say it comes up in here, forms a low like this, and then breaks below there, we could enter right there and then get price lower. That would be kind of a, I don't even know how to explain that concept that I understand. It's like a failure candle failing. That's the best way I can put it into words. But it'll likely be down here. But we can still get our second consecutive break within here as long as price doesn't come back up above here. Yep, yeah, Matthew, I'm going for 10 pips. Just 1 to 1. You see price playing in this fair value gap down here. It's hidden internal liquidity right now. Honestly pretty nice, but it'll probably fail. Right? Yeah, if we go for more buy side. It's crazy to see price moving the way it is though today. Yeah, a lot of movement. A lot of movement for the holidays. The daily range probably isn't massive though. Like where is... it might be pretty high. So like the daily range is from here to here. So right now the daily range honestly isn't even that big though. It's only 20 pips. Which would be extremely low though if it stayed at that. We probably could see it sweep all these lows then. Because price started kind of up here for the day. It made a run down. See, this is what I was talking about. If price moves up a little higher, then we would kind of have a true break below here. As long as this side doesn't get swept, we're still looking for a second break anywhere in here now. That would kind of confirm the continuation. This is not the true break yet, though. I'll confirm when it is. I'm just having it drawn on. If this candle closes higher than this low, it definitely is, though. Which then we could have, you know, a much cleaner move. Or much safer move. So that would be our true break now. This is kind of where we're at. Yes, Lewis. I just checked a second ago too. Yeah, we're logged in. We'll double check right now. Gotta check up on them, especially that prop account. We are logged in, locked and loaded. And price didn't even close above this high. So now if we really see a break below, that would be a good indication. Oh my goodness. We're going back for more buy side. Whoever said it, said it. Honestly, I feel like we need to take these two, though. I don't know. Might be wrong. Let's do this. Price closed right here now. 15-minute. This is not sell side, but this up here is buy side now. This is more buy side. Right back up to that false break. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So this is kind of the range we're in between right now, but price is pushed back below these highs here, and now if we can get that second break, we'll see probably the collapse of price. We'll see the collapse of price because a lot of retail's probably buying right now. And why are they buying? Because this looks like an obvious uptrend, and it looks like an obvious, you know, fair value gap, and everyone's getting in. Honestly, fair value gaps really aren't retail strategies, but they're seeing a nice pullback after a price broke higher, and then we're seeing an accumulation, really is what we're seeing, of people's stop losses right there. So if we could get a second break lower, we can see a nice collapse of price, I think. Might be wrong. We're in an internal uptrend in this false break downtrend though. Once that shifts and we get that true break, we're golden. Which that would be beautiful if this could turn into a low, guys. If this could turn into a low, that would be beautiful. And then break through that. And then we would just need that right there. I mean, we wouldn't even have to target that very low. That would be the most amazing early Christmas gift the markets could give us. And it didn't. It did not. No, I'm just really targeting 10 pips. I'm just trying to look for a very good entry, a very specific and accurate entry where I can just capture a little bit of a price movement in the market on any day of the year. Is that low the same? It is the same, so that would still be there. So we'd still need one more candle. We're still in an uptrend. Honestly, it might take it one more time before it starts collapsing lower. As long as it doesn't clear this high, anything in here is a true break. Why? It's because, guys, we've got, you know, like let's say the true break right here, and now we've extended this range, right? Another break inside of here would basically be a continuation of this range. Now we think it's going to continue lower. That's kind of the idea. False break right here, and then true break right here, as long as this range gets respected right here. So let me delete all that. I'll put this in right up here. As long as we don't cross that, we can take the next breakdown, which is probably going to be right here, or at least right now. But then if it takes this, then we're looking for the false break, true break to set up all together again. Retail might be winning right now. Retail's hitting TP. Might get a much better entry though, guys, because trying to like sell below here would have been a rough move today, honestly. Would we have got it still? I think it's possible, but it wouldn't have been as safe for a consolidating day like this. Yeah, it would have been a perfect stop loss. That's for sure though. Alright, these are equal, so we're still tracking higher right now. We're still tracking higher. Oh yeah, I don't see why it doesn't just bust through all of this though. I might be wrong, but really we don't even need this over here. We still haven't cleared this line up here, guys. That point, that high of this range. Just created a bunch of sell side liquidity on the 1 minute too. so that if we do go short, it's all targets. This is a picture we're looking at, just so you guys know. We're in a big range, just taking buy side internally up, and then as long as we keep in this range and then break lower now, we're gonna look for price to take off, which if it closes right below here, that's kind of what our trade would look like, which would be perfect because it would just be just at the bottom of this range. This might be our last leg. You could see order flow shifting now with this fair value gap. Yeah, GamerCat. See, it could be the setup of what might seem like a lifetime. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'll probably say stuff that makes no sense. I got an interesting sense of humor. All right, we've got our true break right here. We're still within this range. That would make this a beautiful trade. I can't believe it printed such a large 1 minute range though, like that. Usually the ranges are like this, and we have to reset the false break, true break. We still might have to reset it if it comes up and closes above there. But if it does, we probably could see the pattern shortly after taking all that buy side. It would have to close bearish below here for a true break. We're looking for sells. That's funny, GamerCat. I wasn't sure if there was going to be anyone on stream today. I didn't know if anyone's going to be trading to. Seems like there's definitely people in the markets. Alright, yeah, it looks like we close beyond here. We're going to be looking for the whole thing to reset. But we're also taking a good amount of buy side liquidity. 1, 2, 3 different points of 15-minute buy side right here. 1, 2, 3 that has not been taken. Yes, sir. Hustling on the holidays. Yeah, we're gonna reset. We're gonna reset. This is gonna turn into our first false break, but it probably is gonna happen higher. We'll probably delete that at some point. Oh yeah, if we can sweep all of this and then make people think that we're gonna take off on the day before Christmas just to fall back into all this range, that's exactly what we want to see. Clean up our chart a little. Let's go to the 15-minute really quick, guys. When this candle closes up here, this will be sell side too. I'll just kind of draw it on, that way we're locked in, because it's definitely not going to close lower in 2 minutes. But yeah, we're taking all this buy side, which actually it looks like, where's the high of the day? The high of the day is right here. Yeah, so we're still within this entire range, which would be right here to here, which is literally, the range for the day is exactly 20 pips. But yeah, we're in a much better spot to take a short position on the top side of this range. You guys are a trip. No comment. I'm not even gonna comment on you guys. We did. Looks like we're coming up and making a new low though in here. We'll just keep tracking. Right now we don't even need a draw on the false break or anything. Oh yeah, guys, price is just moving up. People are thinking they're about to take off and get all these buys. They're just gonna keep going and going, and then they're gonna wipe everyone out with our sell position. Yeah, this is gonna be a textbook setup, Gamer Cat. It's like you can almost tell what's going on. Like, that's the thing too about sitting here kind of and watching this stuff. So we start to develop an eye for what's going on and what they're trying to do. And people have been sitting in this, consolidation for the last 2 days. Probably waiting for price to come way back up here. Like when we talk about like people swing trading and stuff. But all this sell side sitting here untouched, and then especially this all right here. I don't know. It's probably, I think it's gonna get taken. I might be wrong. We're not targeting all that. We're just looking for a move now that we're up here, but just a 10 pip move. But it's good to know what's going on. The sharper a move up though, the harder it's gonna fall when it reverses. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see, price has pushed a good 14 pips too. So, I mean, we know the market's moving enough for us to get our trade today. It's 9:30 right now too. New York Stock Exchange just opened the day before Christmas. So, we're also going to probably see some even more volume kick in right now at 9:30. Did it take out the daily highs? Did it? Yeah, we're at the high of the day. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want to see. That's exactly what we want to see. I knew the range wasn't going to stay that small though at 20 pips, because if you look historically, the trading range is never like, it doesn't just stay that small usually for a trading day on Euro. It's very rare that the trading range has been that small. Right, Brandon? Forex has been buying the Christmas gifts this year. I told someone the other day, I said, or no, I told my dad. We were talking about, it was a stupid joke, but you guys might like it. Someone said, money doesn't grow on trees. And I was like, yeah, but it does grow on candles. I thought it was a stupid joke, but, dang, I'm getting a call. Alright. I haven't seen that day, Gamer Cat. You'll have to tell me what day that was. I want to look at that. Was you like that? That's too funny. Yeah, money grows on candles and it also burns on candles too. If that candle's lit. All right, potential false break. This would be perfect too because I mean, I don't know if you guys ever listen to ICT and his stuff. I personally think the stuff he says holds weight in reality, right? Whether he's a good trader or not, I don't actually even try to pay attention to. I never try to find it out. But his concepts work. They actually they make sense and they do work. But what I'm getting at is he says something about 9:30 New York Stock Exchange opens. They make a run for liquidity, and so you can see these daily highs just got swept, and that's what we just saw. We saw a run for liquidity, and now we're seeing price kind of collapse, and probably take out all these people that started buying. But hopefully we can get a nice true break without price melting too far. Not only did we take out those daily highs, but it looks like we're forming like when it comes to order flow, price is definitely shifting the other way from buyers to sellers. Now we don't get in based on that anymore. We used to just get in on fair value gaps and the reaction off them, but we're mainly looking for this fair value for this false break and then a true break for those of you watching. Yo, Jalen, yes, the markets are rocking. Trading on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I mean they're moving a good amount. They're moving a good amount for what we're looking at. They're consolidating, but they're moving a lot within this consolidation. So, we've taken buy side liquidity. We're gonna look for a nice move now, but oh, does I've not honestly I didn't hear of the false break true break from ICT. Does he talk about it? I never watched too much of his stuff honestly, but I have dug a good amount into some of his concepts. Yeah, I bet if you get like a sweep of liquidity into like an OTE and a fair value gap and a false break, true break, like that's probably in the direction of the trend. You could probably hit crazy risk rewards. Guys, this is gonna be a true break right below here. It's kind of hard to see, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna delete whatever line this is and these are, just for the sake of being able to see this better. This is gonna be our true break right below here, if price closes below. So I'm ready. Make sure I'm logged in, guys. I can't believe I get logged out as often as I do. It's weird. We're gonna short below here. We're gonna make sure it goes below there though, because I'm not gonna make that mistake twice ever again. I'll get in 2 seconds late if I need to. This candle will close below before I even do anything. We expanded the daily range too a little bit more. We pushed it a little bit higher, or we made it a little bit larger. So we're gonna make sure it closes. Yeah, it closed right on top of it. Yup, yup. That is why we wait. Last week we got in a trade where we just clicked the button while it closed right on it. The biggest mistake of our lives. It's not to say it's not gonna happen here again soon, but we're gonna wait for that to happen. We can get rid of that too, just so we have a cleaner picture. You see price going the other way now though, instead of dropping? That's what I'm talking about. It's super important. Super important to pay attention to that. Oh yeah, you'll have to let me know what the name of it is. I'm curious. I didn't create this name for this. This is someone else. Man, you guys see, this is what that right there is being locked in. because who knows if it breaks below this the rest of the day at all, and then we could have just had a serious mess up. Price just started kicking back already 2 pips. If candles are moving, 1 minute candles are moving 2 pips, this trade could resolve in 5 minutes at that rate, 5 or 6 minutes. But we want to be super patient. We're right now in this range right here, by the way. So we could get the second collapse of price within this range, we're going to be golden. Ideally, it's right here. Oh yeah, it's perfect all. We're going to be locked in. Yeah, GamerCat, if you ever do find it, you have to let me know. You have to let me know. We pushed higher, but remember guys, we're inside of this range right now. This got swept, this low for our false break, and we're inside of this range. So even if we see price come back like this and then collapse within that range, that's enough for us to get that confirmation that price is true breaking to the downside. Let's go to the 15-minute just to kind of see where we're at. Pushed up here. Right here. This is what we're looking at today, guys. And we're seeing price make a 3-drive range, which that's an ICT concept as well. That's actually a really good ICT concept. If you guys see it's 3-drive range and then you get like a false break, true break after, man, it's such a good setup. It really is. We might see it today on Christmas Eve. Might get a 3-drive range for an early Christmas gift. It's so important to pay attention to the way these candles close like that, because that could have messed us up. How much in drawdown would we have been right now? We would have been half our move in drawdown. Now, would it come back still? I don't know. Look at that though too. We're seeing a nice reaction off that fair value gap at the top of this 3-drive range, off that extreme fair value gap. I could see the true break happening here. I could see it happening. Let's see though, like 10 pips short, you know, under here. Yeah, it would be perfect. We wouldn't even have to go to the lows. Before it was like this, and it's like, or it was probably like this, but let's do this, guys. Make it a little bit cleaner. False break right there. 1 minute. Listen, Jalen, too. The reason we're trading today too is because a lot of people don't trade for the reason they're like the markets are, you know, people pack up their bags and they go home for the holidays and they don't trade. That doesn't necessarily mean the algo got turned off though. When you look at it as like buyers and sellers are moving the market, people like don't want to trade, but the way we're looking at it is this algo is on and it's running and it's gathering liquidity while everyone else is going away for the holidays. So if we get this setup, we get it. We've only got like 45 minutes in our trading hours left, so we'll see if it comes. But oh yeah, you were at 940. This would be a true break because think, guys, we're in this range right here. This is our range. We want to see another collapse within this range now for the continuation lower. So if we break below here, I'm going to get in for shorts. It's going to be a textbook setup, a setup that I would love to put my money behind. When you think about it in probabilities, that is a setup I want to put my money behind. One thing too, getting close to 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock can tend to be a reversal of price. Now, it's not something base your trades off every day, but it's definitely something to pay attention to. That's kind of the concept that the ICT Silver Bullet was built behind. And while the Silver Bullet, the ICT Silver Bullet, in my opinion, I've tried it. I've made money with the Silver Bullet. I have. The truth is though, you force a lot of trades because it just doesn't show up every day. And so then you start trying to trade a lot of pairs and then you get your lines crossed. But when the setup's there, it 100% works. At 10 a.m. hour, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., looking for, a reversal after a sweep of liquidity and a fair value gap, that's a beautiful setup and it does work. It just doesn't show up every day and you start to get your lines crossed by trying to force stuff. This is going to be a nice collapse when it happens because now we can see like a little bit of trend line liquidity inside of this breakdown. And then if we can break lower, I think we'll get the shorts. This could be the next place we're looking for our break, guys. Which is within this range. That would be the second consecutive break after the first break that caused this range. Yep, so this is where we're looking at. If we peak above here though, we got to reset and look for a new false break, new true break. Or not peak above there, but if we close above there. I mean, this is going to be fine if it comes above here, sweeps there, closes below here, and then gives us our shorts. Yeah, that's why that one hit TP yesterday. I've got mine on a raw spreads. So there is a commission. You can see like with 11 lots, it's like a $27 commission. So that's like honestly, I don't even, or it might be 27 in and 27 out. I forget. All right, candles are switching direction. Yeah, if I can choose, I'll always take tighter spreads. Because stuff like yesterday will mess you up more than anything else. Like psychologically. Like at least the prop account hit, the funded account. So we still profited, but it could have been bad. This is kind of the same thing we saw down there, guys. We saw a nice, you know, range created. We saw that entire range created. And then we saw it chop up inside of it. That's what we're seeing right here. We saw this nice range created after a false break. And then we're just kind of chopping up inside of it. Shorts below here. Shorts below here. That is where I'm interested in right now. Which, honestly, I'm happy about this. That it's just chopping up like this and building up this. It's just accumulating right now. I'm happy about it because it's going to give us a better entry. And look at the volumes kicking in. We got to be ready, guys. We got to be ready. I'm going over to the prop account as well. Make sure we're logged in. It's kind of too late to make sure now, but we're there. We are there. I'm going to be shorting if it closes below. We want to make sure it closes below. Why is that not on pips? See, they do stuff like this all the time too. Alright, I'm in. I'm short on both accounts. Oh yeah, we got a safe stop loss, that's for sure. And then a take profit just to fall back in this range. Let's see, where did we enter on? Let's get the right price. 7.5. Oh yeah, beautiful entry. 10 pips. All we need to do is just fall back and even take that first sell side. Falling back in this range the rest of the day. That's what you want to see on a consolidating day. We're starting to see the collapse now of this range of all that accumulation. Let's just put on our stop loss and take profit now on the prop account. Okay. Maybe I didn't put the right price. No, I didn't. Right here. That's the right price. That's where we got in. It's like, why does that even look wrong? What price do we get in at, guys? Why am I having such a hard time with this? Okay. That's right. Oh, that's not right. I gotta switch it back to 10 pips. There we go. Guys, what a beautiful setup. That's the best setup you could get on a day like this. We don't need to go for more. We don't need to go for less. Just 10 pips. We'll fall back within this range. Really, we're not even targeting any of the sell side. Like, we don't even have to hit any of the sell side. And I'm pretty sure that's exactly where we want to go. We got that 3 drive range. This is where we live today. Let me read chats. Gustavo, can you trade with IC markets in the US? Thanks, GamerCat. Thank you, guys. Yeah, this is what we waited for all morning. This is what we waited for all morning. Oh, look at that. It even gave a beautiful, second break after that. We're not going to call it a true break because the one we got in was that, but look at that. It even gave a second break in there too. That's, all we'll draw on. Yeah, I don't think I can trade with them in the US. Thanks, Gavin. But that's why I'm liking trading with a prop account again too, because I can trade because I can get raw spreads with them in very good conditions. It's hard in the US to get good conditions. The lowest this gets is like zero point 0.8 pip spread, and yeah, it's a little more difficult. It's a little more difficult in the US to have good trading conditions. But the brokers are usually reliable. These ones have been around for a while, like IG, and you can trust them when you send them your money. So that's a good part. They're highly regulated, so that's one good thing about it. I mean, there's a whole lot of pent up anger in the market right here. A lot of pent up accumulation. I mean, we could just see price just make a smooth move down if I had to guess. Oh, yep, Shuri. What was I thinking? Blacked out now. Leave that there. Oh, Matthew, I thought we've been doing it lately. Well, we've been turning the candles all black because it takes out some of the emotion when we watch the trade. So it's a real thing. There's a professional trader that has taught this, like a real like floor trader that used to do this. And he said once he was in a trade, he turned his candles all black. That way, it took the emotion out while watching the trade. So that's why we do that. I'll check it out. I'll see if there's a way we can if we can get an account with them. I'm pretty sure they're one of the brokers on TradingView as well. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. No problem, Matthew. Yeah, that's why we do it. We've been doing it every day. I forgot, so I'm glad Sherry brought that up. It really does help because it's just kind of like an emotionless chart. Now you just kind of hang out and watch it. We'll even do it over here. That's the problem though. Anytime I switch the candle colors, you guys see how it switches from dollars or from pips to dollars? I guess it doesn't matter though, now that we drew it on, but I kind of like just having the pips on it. Because when you watch the dollar fluctuation, that's a little bit more stressful. So turning it to the black candles wouldn't have helped. Because now we're watching dollar amounts go up and down. Okay, there we go. We'll stay on stream for another half hour too and try to just watch it and hang out, guys. But at like 10:30, we'll probably just set and forget and walk away and let it play out. But these are the setups we're going to be taking all of 2025. Now today, we'll see if we can get it to play out with it being the day before Christmas. We'll see if we can't get a nice smooth move down. But it's taken a ton of buy side liquidity, like, and now the market showed us its hand. I think we could get our shorts, like just even on a day where it's consolidating like this and we're playing within this range. It's highly unlikely that we're gonna just keep kicking that range back higher and higher and higher on a day like this. So it's we're in a safe place. This is a trade where I believe we've got an 80 to 90% chance of winning it, and yeah, we're in a good spot. It's never a 100% chance, but I want to take trades that have an 80 to 90% chance of winning, and I believe this is one of them. Even on a day like this, the day before Christmas. So the markets gave us a 3-range drive and a nice clean setup finally happening here. So it's Christmas in Forex. We had a good shot today too for the stream. It's good to see everyone in here. We had a good crowd today. We had a good crowd. Yesterday's stream, people, I mean, a total of 256 people saw it. That was kind of crazy. Because usually it's been like 100 or 150, but I think just showing up and being consistent every day, more people are getting in here. It's like a weird situation though, because you want more people to get in here, but at the same time too, we want to keep it like to where we can keep chatting like the way we are. But like I like the idea of like when I see you guys get funded, I feel like we're getting funded as a whole. You know what I mean? Like I said it on yesterday's stream. I might have said it today, or no, I didn't say it today. But you know, as a community, even just a small group of us, you know, in the last 2.5 weeks, we've got funded over $250,000, and you know, more people are on their way to get funded this year and in the beginning of next year. I know me personally, I'm going to go for a 400K account next year. I'm gonna wait until like maybe mid-January, probably wait until I have like a 10K payout with the 50K account as well, and then I want my cash account to be at like 20K when we're in the 400K challenge. That way, it's like we're gonna be making a good amount of money since we're gonna we can make a good amount of money with the 20K while we're trying to get the 400K. But I don't want to just ditch the 50K in funding um, until that point. I'll probably be able to trade the 50K live account while I trade the 50 or the 400K challenge. But once I get the 400K passed, I'll have to withdraw everything out of the 50K and just ditch it because you can only have a maximum capital allocation of 400K. GamerCat, we're gonna run it up in 2025 together. I'll be here too. I'll be here too. Get rid of that. We saw some nice volume kick in now. Price even closed lower here. So now it broke below that range now as well. So that's a good sign. Oh, that's gonna be up to you. That's gonna be up to you. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world with where we're at, but that's swim at your own risk, trade at your own risk. It's when you make a mistake, just make sure you don't dig a deeper hole. Is all I say. Don't let it think about the implications. If this doesn't play out, are you going to be upset that you added to it? Or if it does play out, are you going to be upset that you didn't add to it? You have to always weigh those options, right? Always. Let's bring this back in here. And then this right over here. It's 10 o'clock right now, guys, so hopefully we can see price start to fall back and get a reversal of this uptrend. Oh, 10 o'clock too, some news came out, so that's probably why we saw it kick up like that. It's just orange folder. It came out slightly good for the US dollar, just because the forecast was -10. Well, it came out, honestly, it just baked into price, really. I think. I don't know. It didn't come out other than expected. You guys see it right here. Actual greater than forecast would have been good for the currency, but the actual and the forecast are exactly the same. I don't think it's going to bother our trade. I think it did just kick us up a little bit. That's why we saw that candle come up. But it's probably just faking people out. How much did we push already? We only pushed like 4 pips. You can see even right here it false broke right inside of there. Which, I mean, this is a trap right here for people to put their stop loss below. And then, all the last people trying to buy this up, price failed to go higher up here. We could see the collapse. We could see the collapse. Oh, look at that. See, I gotta move that over. There we go. The chat was like on the screen too. I don't know what happened this morning with Streamlabs, guys. I'm gonna have to unsubscribe to them if they keep jacking my streams up right before. They wouldn't let me log in, and then I couldn't stream. So I'm not even streaming on Twitter today. This is just on YouTube. We'll hang out for another like 25 minutes though, guys. And then let it just play out in the background today and go about our day. We're going to try to stick with that. We're going to try to stick with 10:30 being like the cutoff time. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that's in 25 minutes. I don't know what time that is where you guys are, but that way we kind of keep something that we can all expect, a time frame that we can all expect to be here, and we don't have to worry about like staying on all day or anything like that. We'll just commit to 10:30. We all just set and forget our trade after that, and it'll be good too. It'll be good for us psychologically. That way we can hang out and talk, but at the same time, we don't have to watch that trade all day. That's the last thing we want to do. We just want to get in the entry together and then just hang out for a little bit and then just let it play out. We don't want to spend more than 2 hours on the charts a day. Same thing as last Friday too, guys. The concept, like even if people were dumping their orders, before the holidays and getting done trading, that means all of this is they're just like all the buyers are just going to dump their orders and then prices can go down. That's not the way I view price, but like it's the same concept as like a Friday, right before the weekend. This is, a holiday right before Christmas. Price is going to create a clear and defined trend, and then the rest of the day, just, anyone who decided to stay in is going to get taken out. We have a beautiful trade today. Like, that's a 3-drive range. We saw price, create a fair value gap up here. And then give our false break, true break. Honestly, it doesn't get better than this. It just might take its time is what I'm trying to get at. That's the only thing I'm trying to get at. Hopefully we just see price over the 10 o'clock hour 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. just melt down to the downside for us. But yeah, I mean, it's likely gonna, this is likely the immediate target before it decides what else it wants to do. This sell side liquidity right here. Let's go to the 15 minute though and see kind of where we've been tracking. This has been going higher and then this has been going lower. So yeah, we even see that the candles have, the 15-minute candles haven't even been going higher anymore. Now this is a better picture for that 3-range drive. You see that 3-range drive swept the daily highs and all that liquidity. It literally did, yeah. It literally swept the daily highs with the 3-range drive. The 3-range drive is usually good when it targets and sweeps liquidity, but it's known that if you get the 3-range drive, you honestly don't even have to look for liquidity to be swept because it usually is almost always the case. Now, why do I think it's going slow? I think it's going slow for the simple purpose of getting as many people to buy right now as they can in this wall. Since it's a clear defined uptrend right here, they're getting as many retail day traders to buy as they can, and so that's why it takes a little bit of time sometimes, because you basically, like, they don't want to miss out on any money, right? And so the longer they take, they understand that if they can make the algo take a little bit longer, they understand that everyone's impatience is going to get them to buy, put their stop loss right here, and then maybe buy, put it right there, maybe buy, put their stop loss down here, and then just slowly over time, they'll just chop down and chop down and chop down until they eventually just take out everyone after faking everyone out. Honestly, let's just kick this back here. Just try to keep our charts clean today. You know, we definitely know we swept all that buy side. You probably can expect that. Let's just put it at 10:30. That's 10:30 right there. We know that once this entire thing has been, you know, filled, we know we have, we're just going to get off the stream once this thing's filled. So we'll stay in the trade until this point. So we'll see how far it gets up until this point. Probably start getting rid of some of this stuff. Clean up our charts. Oh, actually, you know what? What am I doing? I need all that on for when I take a screenshot of the chart. You're gonna get a 200K? Honestly, I'm sorry I just saw that. I'm sorry I just saw that. I don't know if you're still in here. You're with FTMO though, right? So is a 200K the highest they offer? Let me see. I know E8, the highest they offer is a 400K. I'll show you guys, because honestly I'm planning on getting one mid-January. I'll probably be able to withdraw my money and get one mid-January. Look at this though. Let's look at this really quick. This is kind of cool. This is, okay, I could request that much right now. Actually, let me bring over everything, because you guys can see the P&L floating up here. Yeah, they're just building up liquidity. That's the highest, but you could go 2 mil, I think, over time. Oh, so like combining accounts and stuff. That makes sense. Oh yeah, guys, we got a descending triangle too right here. I'm just playing. If anyone hasn't been watching me long enough, I'm definitely just playing. But when I first started trading, I took some crazy descending triangle trades. Like, I'm gonna be honest, with pretty good consistency, those descending triangles would drop like price would fall pretty regularly with those trades. I'm not gonna lie, they actually would. I caught, I think, one of my first best trades ever with a descending triangle, and then I think another trade where I like made a good amount of money for the first time ever was with a head and shoulders pattern. So I mean, I the problem was though they were you really had to identify them and they never seemed to come around often. But like when one of those patterns came around like once a month or whatever that I identified on a higher time frame, I would take advantage of it, and I honestly did. I made money with those setups, but it just wasn't sustainable. I didn't have any like real understanding of the markets. Guys, really, we haven't lost a trade on this account, but there was one trade that I got in right after the news, and I had to take a loss, a $208 loss. I tried to close at break even. It spiked a little bit negative, and then this was really that trade because we re-entered at the same price after the news, so that way they gave me the profit. So we made like 1100 after that. But it says our win rate's like 86%, but on this funded account, we actually haven't lost a trade. This is the real account. This is really what we've done, our real P&L for the account each day. I got rid of the week to week, guys. It's just a little cleaner to see it month to month. And then I put December cash account. We'll start a new journal for each month to keep things clean. But this is the cash account for December, and then that's my trading journal. And then this is the prop account. But yeah, it's kind of cool. They show your equity in like candles. Oh, you guys can't really see it. Oh, you can. The profit split's 100. I got an add-on. I got 100% profit split. So if we go here, and then we go here, the profit split, look at my profit share, 100. But what was I gonna do? Oh, looks like it's kind of cool and kind of annoying that you can see the dollar amount in the tab up here. But yeah, we see prices dropping a little bit. We're probably up 5 pips. Where is the account at? They just changed around their thing, but you can get 100% and then 400k. They're honestly though, the fact that they cut you off at 2% for a day in profit, that's so annoying. It really is, but it is what it is. That's the account I'm going for next year though, this 400k. Guys, we've been trading this account with a 6% trailing drawdown too, by the way, which is kind of nuts that we've been doing that well with that. I have a 4% daily loss limit and a 6% trailing drawdown. Now it's 10% because it locked in. Yeah, they're definitely startup patterns. Yeah, if there's ever an add-on I buy with a prop firm, it's always the profit split. Because you have to think about it. You're gonna regret not buying that if you get a payout, because you would have paid like $50 for it or whatever, and then you would have missed out on an extra like 2 or 3 grand on that payout because of that. So I always up that profit split as high as I can. Well, now I do, I guess. I haven't been trading prop accounts all year. This is my first, or maybe not my first one. I think I passed phase 1 on one early in the year and then didn't pass phase 2 on like a 50k with another firm. But this is just a one step. Most firms though, they only give you like 10 leverage on a one step. They give you 30 leverage here on a one step, so it makes it a little easier. When they only give you 10 leverage, you have to like, it's just a little bit harder, right? Because it takes twice as long, because I use 20 leverage. So we would have probably just passed our prop account if we only had 10 leverage, like this week. Alright, we're going to stay on for about 13 more minutes, guys. They've been around for a while. That's the only real reason I'm like with them, is because I just want someone like that I can trust to get paid out with. All right, we need the prop account, the funded account, and the cash account to hit today, guys. We need both of them to hit. So, let's see if we can't get there. We're starting to get that collapse. Look at, so this is what's going to happen. It's either going to just melt right through right now, or they're going to play around in these Fibonacci levels. The reason they're going to do that, they're going to try to get a little bit more people to buy, just to take them out too on the way down. So, I mean, this 3-range drive is pretty much a confirmation that these points are going to get collapsed through. At least this first one's getting collapsed through. Like, I would say in terms of probabilities of this point getting swept, it's like a 98% chance right now. I had to say that because there's still a 2% chance it doesn't happen. But it's a very, very, very high chance that this point gets swept based on this 3-range drive and the sweep of daily high liquidity up here. Now, like I said, they might play around a little bit before they do. That's not something I'm worried about. I understand why they're doing it. You see, look at that bullish engulfing right there at a Fibonacci, or that's not even a Fibonacci level. That's an optimal trade entry, an OTE, that 0.705. But they're going to give people a reason to buy right there, and then they're going to take them out, and then they're going to target this low right here, because that is where stops are. This is where this point in time right here is like a magnet right now for price. That is like where price is gravitating toward. That is what that's kind of like why we've been able to see such accuracy lately, is because we've been able to identify which direction price is getting sucked to, like where price is being drawn to, like where there's a magnet on price. And that's right here right now. There's stop losses 100% below here. 100%. Retail definitely did get some buys today though. Like there's probably some happy retail traders out there today. Because look at, they got a nice pattern. Like this retail pattern 100% played out today. A nice break higher. It just followed nice clean market structure, right? Price broke higher. And then honestly though, maybe they were trying to sell off supply right here and they completely got destroyed, but off supply like in here. That could be the case too. I don't know. It depends on what the retail trader was trying to trade today. Goal for 2025 is really pass a second funded account and start a cash account. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, man, that's the goal, is to get funded and pour in those profits into your cash account until you get that cash account to a place where now you're a full-time trader. You can trade on your own and you don't need funding anymore. And now you can really have that time freedom to provide for your family, to do, what you want, to be able to help people too that aren't as fortunate. And that's the goal. You know what I mean? So funded accounts are a tool. They're a tool to get your cash account funded. That's how I see it. Now, a lot of people say, "Oh, why risk your own money when you could risk a prop account's money?" Well, you're not even really risking their money. And the truth is, if I make $1 million on my cash account with my broker, they're gonna pay me. You make $1 million on a prop account one day, might not pay you. So it depends though. There's good prop firms out there that will pay you, but it's like you got to think about the model and stuff like that. It's a business too, which is good. It's a good thing because they're providing such a high significant value for us as traders to be able to have an opportunity that we don't have elsewhere. Now, prop account just hit. Guys, let's not even talk about yesterday. This is about to hit too. But I'm the 10 pips and 10 pips that I'm set on. I'm comfortable risking 10 pips a day, and I want to get 10 pips a day. That's what I'm going to see happen. If we see the same thing happen 2 days in a row, we've got tomorrow off, and we can just we'll be okay. But I don't think that's the case. But we definitely just hit on the prop account. So we're up 6,169 now. So no matter what, too, we're profitable for the day. But I think we're in a very safe spot to hit TP still. Like I said, we're not even close to where I think price is attracted to right now, which is right here. But yeah, we'll just have the account back up to kind of what we lost yesterday. When we win this trade. So it'll be all right. We'll be good. We'll be good, guys. That 10 pips is where we live. That's what we want. Let's hit it on stream. Let's go. Point 0.3 pips left. That's the type of stuff that makes you want to turn the chart off. Jeff, you're up 23% on your funded account. Let's go. Let's go, Jeff. You're crushing it, brother. Brandon, you hit? You hit? Brandon, me and you gotta gang up on these spreads because they're causing me all sorts of problems lately too. It seems like it's just you and I, Brandon. It seems like it's just you and I. Hey, that's Christmas Eve. Profits hit on Christmas Eve. We're gonna have to, guys. We're gonna have to do this. We're gonna have to do this. Where's it at? We're gonna have to put on the Christmas candles. Good old original Christmas candles. Oh man. Let's go a little bit lower though. Let's go a little bit lower. Let's hang out and let's watch this get hit, guys. Let's watch this get hit. Let me see. 56, 169, 87. Yes, finally. After yesterday, that was so annoying. That was so annoying yesterday. I thought it was going to happen again today just because of, some hurt from yesterday. So I was like, in the back of my head, I was like, cash account has to hit too. We need to get tighter spreads on this thing. But the problem is it's not 1-to-1 when you have commissions. When you trade commissions, it's not exactly 1-to-1. Our prop account's probably not exactly 1-to-1, but the commissions are so small, we don't notice it. Lewis, I don't know if you're talking to me. I gotta read the whole chat, but I'm using IG. Guys, a textbook setup. This is how we know the algo works because all the investors, right? They all cashed out for the holidays, but guess what? The algo is still turned on. The algo is still turned on. We saw a clean setup, and we just hit, guys. We just made, on a day where people say you can't do anything, in the markets, we just made like $1,200. We sat here for 2 hours to get it, but that's $600 an hour, and that's a beautiful setup, to end. Yeah, this was honestly the day I was kind of most nervous about. I'm not really nervous about New Year's Eve because I feel like the last trading day of the year, people are going to want to be involved and the algo's going to crank up. But yeah, that was beautiful, guys. That was beautiful. Let me update my journal and stuff. We'll switch these back to these candles. Guys, that's a 13 trade win streak on the prop account. So since the challenge and this funded account, between those two, 13 trades in a row. 13 trades in a row. That's nuts. Guys, we're seeing results that you guys probably don't see anywhere else, like on these live streams. Like, this is incredible. We've got something special here for real. Like, we need to keep this going and stay strong together, and we got to keep giving glory to God too, because guys, I will constantly point back the glory to God, and I pray that every day that you guys get on here, you get to hear the name of Jesus. And like, if I stop talking about that, then I've completely lost my purpose in this. Because for real, I'm so serious that I really encounter him on a daily basis, and he really speaks to me and directs me. And I would be dead or in prison without him. I'm so serious. Like they were, I'm not even gonna get into it. You guys can watch my testimony, but got to give glory to God. I really believe what the word says, that he gives us the ability to create wealth. And so if we constantly acknowledge and we stay in a place of gratefulness that he's the one providing for us, then we can also stay in a humble place and we can move forward in the right way, right? Because we don't ever want it to get to a place where we think we're this or that. But we're a community that trades together, we pray together, and we're really gonna go to places that can't be mistaken as the hand of God on our life. I really believe that. So I love you guys. Let me read the chat some. I'll do the journal in my own time. We hit a crazy good trade today. Hey Pablo, Merry Christmas. Good to see you in here. It's good to have you guys in here. For those of you that got to go, we're gonna close in prayer. If you guys got to go, it's all right. We'll still pray for you. Um, the full name of IG is Tasty FX. I don't know what's wrong with it, why they named it that, but that's their name, IG or Tasty FX. They've got two names apparently. Davi Das, good to see you in here. Yeah, look, it's the same thing we said. Price was definitely drawn there. And, I believe the collapse of these 2 points could happen too, but we're happy to be locked in for this day. Thank you, Matthew. God bless you too. Merry Christmas, guys. For those of you heading out, Merry Christmas. I hope you guys have a great holiday tomorrow. Just know that there is a good Merry Christmas wish from Crampston Capital to you. I'm super grateful to have you guys in this community with me. It's been a good thing. So definitely, Matthew. We're gonna pray for the new year in 2025, and give glory to God. Yes, Gamer Cat. He's the only reason any of us are here, right? He's the only reason we've got breath in our lungs to even talk to each other. So we're gonna close this out in prayer on this note, and we're gonna get ready to take a day off and spend time, with our family and our friends and with God. You might not have, the people in your life that other people do, but at the end of the day, you have God, and I'm telling you, even on the days when I felt most alone, or when I haven't been around people, I've felt less lonely than ever before with the presence of God and just spending alone time with Him. So, Father, we just thank you for being in our lives. We just thank you for the win today. We constantly want to acknowledge and point back the glory to your Son, Jesus. He paid the ultimate price. He paid for us. And we just want to constantly give glory back to you, Father. We thank you for what you've done in our lives. We thank you for bringing us together as a community in the end of this year. That way we can gain momentum going into 2025 together as a family that trades together, that prays together. And we just thank you for being involved. Father, we want you to be involved more and more every day. We want you to replace all... Sorry about that. We want you to replace all of our words with your words. And we just want to see you work in the midst of us in a way that can't be mistaken other than the hand of God on our lives. We thank you and we love you. And, as we see these results, we constantly want to show gratitude, because gratitude is what keeps us close to you and it keeps us humble. We thank you, God. We love you. We pray for this momentum to carry into 2025. And we just thank you that you've started us off earlier than everyone else, and that we can start the new year right now, carry that momentum, and we can really go to the next levels and soar to the heights that you've called us to. We love you, God. We need you. And we ask that you draw us each to a place individually today where we can spend alone time with you, where we can hear your voice, we can read your word, and where we can experience your presence. We love you, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. 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 Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas, all. I love you guys. Jose, Brian. Just hit stage 2. Let's go. It's good to see that. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Davi Das, love you, my friend. Gamer Cat, love you. Pip Sniper, if you're in here, I love you big time. Brandon, it's good to see you guys in here. Thanks for hanging out for the Christmas Eve stream. I was wondering how it was going to go. I was wondering, because I really didn't understand the algo back last year. When I was trading, but now it's cool to see that it's turned on even on Christmas Eve. See you next stream, Johnny. It's good to have you in here, guys. I love you guys. Have a good Christmas. Merry Christmas. I will see you on Thursday. Oh, you're gonna get there. Let's try to hit it Thursday or Friday. Love you guys.